So this is the client. It's pretty fucking cool. Um, if you want to appreciate some shit here, take a look at this. That's a turtle. This is an ogre frost mage. We got some thunder hides over here, dude. Some cool shit going on. This stuff moves with my mouse. Isn't that amazing? All right, so this is the beta build right now. This has been updated a little bit in the last week or so. They pushed a big patch recently, I think. I don't know how much I'm allowed. I guess I'm allowed to talk about everything now, more or less. But the client was updated recently, and I can basically show you guys everything that exists. Everything that exists currently in the game, beta-wise. So I haven't bought anything or claimed anything since the game got reset. Basically, every when I first got in, right after TI, every card was available in packs of 3. So you basically had every card available. Now that's not true anymore. So I want to show you guys exactly what is available in the game. I'll go to the claim items. So this is the game costs $20 unless you were at TI or PAX West, and you get a copy for free, but it's $20. You get 2 starter decks that has 40 cards in each deck, and each deck has to have minimum 9 items. You get 10 called arms pack. Each pack is worth $2, or you can buy for $2. You also get 5 event tickets, which let you play event modes. So I'll claim these in a second. I want to show you guys the game basics first. So you could argue that if the game is $20 to buy, that you get all your money back right here with called arms packs. Also, 2 starter decks already gives you a bunch of new heroes, like a bunch of guaranteed heroes, and 5 event tickets you can use to get things. So that currently exists. You're bored already? Fuck you. Fuck you. Look at Pepper. All right, I understand. I'm being boring. So, play artifact. The first thing that's really cool is that even if you have 0 cards in your game, you can still play a bunch of different decks in bot matches. In these bot matches, you have 6 different decks that are available to you right now, and almost all of these are brand new. None of these decks were decks that you saw at PAX. And I've played a bunch of them already. They're all really fun, actually. They're all really cool decks, and they had some cool ideas that I hadn't thought of when I was making decks. So if you guys want to hop into the game and you don't want to be worried about being restricted and you want to learn how to play, you have 6 different decks that you can play without having to fuck around at all with deck building, just to learn the game. I think that is awesome to start things off with, because if you're limited on decks and you have to play some decks you don't think are good, then it's not very fun, right? Sorry if you can hear my dog in the back. She's got a bone that she's chewing on, so she doesn't whine. But now you can hear the bone chewing. Anyways, all these decks are really cool. You can load them. You can take a look at what are in the decks in terms of skills and stuff. But they all have really cool playstyles. You can choose an opponent deck to pick. These are all decks that I made in the beta. I can't actually play these decks right now because I don't have all the cards, obviously. But these are all the decks that I made and constructed during the beta. I'll show you guys some of these at some point, probably, once I get more cards. And then you can pick the bots to play against any deck or to have one of these pre-built. One of the coolest things about decks is that you can actually copy the deck list. I think it's this one. Yeah. So if you ever want to copy the deck list, you can. It's super easy to send these to other people. I don't know if this is public or not, but I'm going to basically reveal it. Let me just add this as a source. This is that deck. This is the out of control deck. I just copy and paste. I press that button. I could paste this to a friend. And then what you can do is go to collection and just press Control V and paste it in. And instantly you have a deck. You don't have to create decks slowly. It's beautiful. You just copy paste stuff and send it to your friends. And then you guys can play each other's deck. Oh, you want this deck in chat? Here you go. I'll put it in chat. That part is super cool. I'll close that out. And then close this. Don't save. Remove. Okay, so that part's pretty cool. There's also global matchmaking, which would basically let you pick one of the decks you have. I don't have any valid decks because none of these are valid decks, and you can't play any of those 6 decks that I just mentioned in global matchmaking. But I could pick a deck that I have and play against other people that are at my skill level. You can also do casual constructed, which means you can register a constructed deck. You cannot edit your deck once registered, and you play games until you win 5 or lose 2. So there aren't any wins. Well, you can score perfect runs and stuff, but you don't get any benefits for winning this mode. But this is basically a way to do sort of like Gauntlet for free without having to use event tickets, basically. And you can, I don't know, count how many you win. So this is all casual play. Social play would be playing against friends, for example. So you could say, let people know that I'm playing games. I could challenge a specific friend. I could participate in a tournament. You can create tournaments here. You can send people links to have them play. So if you want to do money matches or something, you can do that. I haven't played that much in tournaments myself, but those have been a feature for a decent amount of time, at least a couple weeks or a month or something like that. I don't think Slacks is playing right now because he's in Malaysia right now at the major. So anybody that's at the major isn't gonna be able to do this. Here's our featured event, Call to Arms. Is this? So these are the decks that I was talking about a second ago, the ones that you can play. I haven't actually tried this yet. I don't know what this is, to be honest. But I'm guessing this is basically a way to show, for them to show you like, hey, these are a bunch of the cards in the Call to Arms set, and these are some play styles that we made up. So I don't know if this is a guide or if it's more like just like setting up matches for you. We can try those in a second. I'll show you guys the other stuff first, and then I'll try this. So that's featured stuff. That was casual play, and now it's expert play. So this is where it starts costing event tickets, which are the things that once I claim my items, I'll have 5 of these. So with event tickets, you can spend them to do constructed matches. This is similar to the tournaments that were happening. Those were more or less... Well, let's go through these one at a time. I don't remember exactly which one it is exactly. This one costs 1 ticket. If you get 3 wins, you get 1 ticket back. If you get 4 wins, you get a free pack and a ticket back. And 5 wins is 2 packs and 1 ticket back. So I think this is, you'd have to get 3 wins before you get 2 losses. So that means if you go 1 and 2, you instantly are out. But if you get up to 3 wins before you get your second loss, then you get your ticket back. Which I think is, at least I haven't played Hearthstone in a long time, and I only played it for maybe like 9 months when it came out, but it was really hard to go even. And I feel semi-confident that once the large mass of people start playing, that I think with my experience playing the game so far, I could probably get to 3 wins pretty consistently right now. Obviously this will change over time as everyone gets better, and today, honestly, I'm probably going to go 50% win rate or less playing against other people because everybody in the beta has probably been playing a while. But this is one of your constructed. So this is where you draft... Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. This is a constructed deck. So this would be, I have all my cards that I've opened, and I can register a constructed deck, and I have to get 5 wins or lose 2. So this is basically like pre-constructed. This is constructed with stuff on the line. So if you think you have a really good deck, you could get packs with this. Phantom Draft is basically what the tournaments were, which is you get to draft 60 cards from 5 packs. The way that works is you look at a pack and it has, it's like 10 cards, 12, it's like 12 cards. You get to pick 2 from that pack, then you pass it, and then you get somebody's 10 cards that they've already taken 2 cards from, then you pick 2 of those. Every deck only needs 40 cards and 9 items. You automatically get 9 of the basic items, so it's not that difficult to fill up a deck with a deck that you think is actually okay. It's not going to be anywhere near the value of constructed decks, but they're still very good, and the rewards here are pretty much the same. 1 ticket for 3 wins, ticket in a pack for 4, and 1 ticket and 2 packs for 5. So it costs 1 ticket to play this. Keeper Draft is a really cool way to get yourself packs. This one is similar to Phantom Draft, but you keep the cards that you pick. So this is a way to basically get your eyeballs on a lot of different cards and get to pick which ones you want. That way you don't have to necessarily gamble on randomly opening them in packs. The downside is that after you pick these cards, you want to try to get as many wins as possible, because if you get more wins, you get more rewards. So this would cost 5 packs to play and 2 tickets. So 5 packs is obviously a lot, right? But by doing it, you get to better choose which cards you get, essentially. I wouldn't necessarily recommend to you guys, if you're brand new, I don't know if I would recommend playing Keeper Drafts, personally, to get you the cards that you want. I'm not really sure what the best move is, but I think I would probably not want to spend my tickets on this right now, I imagine. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to buy a bunch of packs, obviously, but you get a lot of rewards if you win. You get 2 tickets back in 1 pack, which is the same. 2 tickets and 2 packs back. So that would be 2 packs and then 3 packs. So you can actually get a lot of your benefits back, arguably. Because at best benefit here equal tickets with 1 pack, equal tickets with 2 packs. So basically, you can get extra benefits from this one, in the sense that you get free packs for winning. You get 1 extra free pack for winning here, basically at all levels. So if you get 3 and above, you technically get more packs back than in the other one. So you could actually argue that if you do well, Keeper Draft is the most rewarding, and you also get to pick which cards you want. The downside is that you could be overpicking cards that you don't need, and therefore it's going to ruin your deck when you actually end up playing matches afterwards. So I think the average draft is going to be worse than Keeper Draft is most likely what's expected. But you could also go in there and pick cards that you just want because it's going to make your deck really good, and then you try to get a bunch of wins. Now, the other really important thing is that in Steam, or at least in Artifact, you're going to be able to buy and sell cards. This isn't unlocked right now, and I don't know if it will be until after the beta ends. I don't remember. I don't know if they've said when it's going to, but at some point you're going to be able to buy and sell cards, meaning that if I get a bunch of cards, if I get a card that I already have 3 of, then I should sell the 4th one on the market. So that means I'm going to be able to sell all my commons that I get more than 3 of on the market for face value. Steam will take a cut. It's like 15% each way or something like that, but if there's a card you really want, you don't have to just buy shitloads of cards. It doesn't work like that. You don't have to say like, well, I really want this card, let's just buy a shitload of packs. You can go on the Steam market and buy the exact card you want and solve that problem. And I assume what's going to happen is that the average price of a common card is going to be really, really low. So you should be able to get pretty much all the cards you want if they're commons. If they're uncommons or rares, it's going to be a little bit harder. But the other cool thing is that a lot of rares are actually heroes, and you only need 1 of each hero. So it's like it's not like you need to buy 3 of the most rare hero. You actually only need 1 to be able to play that hero in Constructed. So I don't think that the costs of heroes are going to be super unrealistic. And there's also ways to get them if you want. If you go play Keeper Draft and you see a hero that you've really wanted, you get to pick him and keep him just by drafting him, even if you don't play him in your run, because there's extras. So I think there's a lot of really good benefits about the model here in this game in Artifact, and I think it's pretty awesome. So heroes are triple the cost of a normal rare. Well, no, nobody knows that yet. Basically, the market isn't available yet, and it won't be until after the beta ends. But there are rare heroes for sure. There are definitely rare heroes. These are all the basic heroes. There's 1 of each of the 4 colors. Keith the Bold. I guess I should go into explaining basics of Artifact really quick. So when you put a hero in a deck, they automatically come with 3 of their signature cards. So if you run that hero in your game, you will always have their signature cards. Keith the Bold modifies a hero to get +1 attack and +1 armor. It's very expensive mana cost, but it is permanent, but it's actually not a very great card generally. Keith the Bold is very strong though, so that's his main benefit, and he's also comes with 1 armor. Jamoy is a blue hero. His special ability, of which, by the way, Keith the Bold doesn't have one. Most heroes do have a special. His will let him draw 1 card every 4 rounds. You have to use it to activate it, so you get a card draw from that. And his signature card is Battlefield Control. Choose a unit, choose a combat target for it. Debbie the Cunning does 2 bonus damage to either heroes or towers. And her signature card deals 3 damage to a unit. And then Farvin the Dreamer gives 1 armor to nearby allies. That's his special. And his signature card is a creature, 0/6, allied neighbors get 1 armor. So these are your 4 basic heroes. So if you ever do drafts and you don't have a hero in the color that you want, you always have 3 of each of these guys. That way you can always fill in the gaps. So when somebody runs Farvin or Jamoy or Debbie or Keith, it's usually because they don't have a better hero in that color for their deck. So that is the basics of the heroes. And then from there you just fill in the rest of your deck. That way you get up to, you have to have 5 heroes obviously. You have to have at least 40 cards, and you have to have at least 9 items. So hypothetically I could drop all my items in here and at least have a blue light on that one. So that's how you make decks. You can load decks, you can save decks, you can clear decks. Sure, I don't like that deck. That deck's sus. So with that said, let's play a game. Can you get all cards without microtransactions? I have no idea right now. My current impression of the current client is the answer is no. Unless, hypothetically, you could take your basic items that you first get and you could play Phantom Drafts with your 1 ticket, and you could basically play infinitely. So you could definitely, if you are super skilled, yes, you could certainly get all cards. Because this is a Phantom Draft right here, getting 5 wins. Minimum 3 wins. If you get minimum 3 wins every time you Phantom Draft, but but sometimes get more, you can definitely get every card eventually because you'd be getting extra packs. So it's definitely possible through Phantom Draft. Not so much in Keeper Draft because you can never go fully positive. Because if I play Keeper Draft here, I would basically get cards from 5 packs, and I would be rewarded with the same tickets I spent and 3 packs. So I'd always lose 2 packs technically, but you'd be getting 5 packs of cards that you'd get to pick from, and you'd get 3 more packs that you haven't opened yet as a reward. So there's definitely ways, if you get really good at Phantom Draft and Keeper Draft, that you can get a lot of free cards, absolutely. So you definitely can get into the game and get a lot of stuff. So let's go to the featured page. I don't know what this is going to do. It's just going to do like, oh. This is going to search me against players? Okay, so it looks like you can actually play these against players, I'm guessing, because they basically made it look like it was actually matchmaking. Anyways, let's go claim items. Let's do this. Oh. Can repeat training. You see, I don't think that it's quite public yet. The guy that runs my website's on an airplane right now, so he can't make it public. But my written guide of Artifact is already finished. It's ready to be hosted on my website. When he lands from his flight, I'm going to post it publicly. And I also have a intro to Artifact video that's basically being finished right now. And that'll be ready to go in a second. But until then, what we'll probably do... Damn, it really wants me to open my packs. What we'll do in the meantime is I'll just show you guys some matches. Practice against a bot. This is basically all the things I already showed you guys.